Hey everyone, I decided to make some videos, mostly for family and friends. They're asking me a lot of questions about some of my big road trips. Sometimes I take like 6 to 8 week trips in the car where I usually live out of unless I'm in the backcountry. Some of those times I am off the grid, so there's no facilities or water or anything like that. So I do take a 20-liter water jug with me. That usually comes in pretty handy. Lasts me for several days. Worst case scenario, if we're out there too long, we can drive, back in town. Sometimes that might be like 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get some water and resupply. Oftentimes I carry a couple liter bottles as well with some water when I do fill up. Another thing I like to take, at least when I'm base camping in the car, whether it's at a campground or off the grid, I like to have my Coleman stove. That allows me to cook normal food like at home. If I am in the backcountry, I do pack my smaller backpacking stove. I do have to plan fuel. I try to keep at least a few in the car. Whenever I get down to my last one, I try to buy another 2-pack. When I'm in the backcountry, depending on how many days I'm back there, again, I have to worry about fuel. For cooking, usually I just do freeze-dried meals and snacks. And if I'm melting water, I tend to carry a bigger can. We're going to be out there for like 11 days, so the big can will be good, but if we're melting, then I'll probably take another little one. Depends on whatever the group decides. Base camping though, I also have a full pot set. Cook some eggs, got a little nice holder here, can cook up some regular food. Sometimes I just make canned soup, things like that. I do tend to like to keep some plates. If I'm out alone, I don't mind eating out of the pan, but if I do have guests or something, sometimes it's nice just to have a plate. For bowls, I found some nice collapsible ones, more for storage space savings than lightweight, because I don't carry any of this stuff in the backcountry with me, but I have two. I like to keep at least a double set of everything in case my wife's with me, or if I have a friend, then I have a setup for everything for two, because I prefer to usually be out there with someone. I also like to carry some plastic silverware. I don't like to throw away disposable stuff. I find it kind of a waste. So I have 2 sets of fork, knives, and spoons. I do have some titanium bigger spoons for when I'm in the backcountry. A lot of the freeze-dried meal packets are kind of big. This lets you kind of get down to the bottom of those, which are nice. Other things that I tend to pack on a trip is, when you think of like camping, like in a camper, you gotta have a can opener, things you need around the house. So that's important. I've made that mistake before. I also tend to take a couple mason jars. I like to make overnight oats. I don't carry any big measuring cups because I can just use the measurings on the side of these. But I do take a full set of measuring spoons. This lets me do like the cocoa powder, chia seeds, or whatever else that happens to go inside of my overnight oats. Other things I take with me, little fold-up spatula, again, mostly just for storage space savings. Also has a little sharp edge in case you want to cut a little bit of stuff with that. I've never really used that because I have a knife set. Not as great as a full kitchen set, but it does have a little cutting board, which is kind of handy, and some knives, a couple different sizes in case you want to cut up some peppers, whatever, while you're cooking. For cooking oils, I did find these on Amazon, these containers. Usually they tend to leak from other ones I've bought. These ones, they thread on the top, but there's nothing that holds the lid except for this lid. It actually stops that one. I put some water in it and put it in one of my cabinets in the car for 2 weeks, and it didn't leak. So I hope that happens just as well throughout the whole 6-week trip, because cleaning the car out while you're out camping would be kind of a pain. So I do take some lemon avocado oil. It's from like a local farmer's market. Not for like any specific health reasons or anything, just because I really like it, but it is good for you. And I don't really think they sell any lemon avocado oil like anywhere in the regular markets. I take some coconut oil with me. I also, in case you want to get a little spicy, got some salt and pepper in there, that's good. And some buttery steakhouse from Kinder's. I like to put that on my chicken. At home I use a lot more seasonings, but for out there it's pretty good. I also have, with the cook set that I have, if I am off the grid, I can do some dishes. Got a little soap with a sponge. That is kind of nice. And then of course the big water allows me to, it has to last for all of that, including drinking and things. Another cool thing that I like to have, that's super important, at least when I'm in the car, lots of paper towels, right? Getting stuff done, but there's these little portable wipes. I take these in the backcountry too. This would be pretty cool for anybody who has kids and you can save some space. They're these little tablets, and then when you get them wet, they actually open up into like little towelettes. So if you didn't want to pack a bunch of baby wipes or threw a couple in here as an emergency in case you ran out, that would be pretty good. I did have a smaller little egg crate. I think they're like yellow or red. I've seen them. REI has them. The latch for that didn't hold very well. I had some eggs break in the cooler. That was super annoying to clean out when I was off the grid. Even at a campground, that would still be kind of a pain. So I bought a really nice egg crate container for this particular trip. And since sometimes you got potato chips or whatever you have, just different bags of storage, I do have a few of these little small, pretty strong paper bag clips. Those are pretty nice, come in handy. I also like to take a bunch of sandwich bags with me. That's pretty good for a lot of my snacks and things. I'm going to do a whole video on all the food that I take and how I break it apart. But a lot of the stuff I buy in bulk is Sam's Club or Costco, so I'm not wasting money spending snacks on the road. So if I want to break up like my cashews or some M&Ms or stuff, those are pretty good. And I also take a bunch of gallon-sized Ziploc bags. I always buy the freezer bags. I find that they seal better because they're double sealed. I don't like the regular bags. But the gallon-sized ones, they work really well as your trash bag for your snack wrappers and stuff when you're in the backcountry. I try not to use too many sandwich bags and stuff because it is kind of a waste, but I'll reuse the same bag for long periods of time. If I have cashews in a bag and it goes empty, I'll just refill it until either the bag goes bad or the trip's over. So I try to make them last for a few weeks. But again, the gallon-sized bags, when you have all those wrappers and stuff, you don't want any of the stuff getting on your backpack, especially in grizzly country. So I try to keep all trash inside of here. Your freeze-dried meals, they don't really seal well once you put water in them, so I tend to use that as a permanent trash bag for that. So that's the majority of everything I take, at least for camping wise. For cooking, whether it's in the car, in the backcountry, this is my setup, my kitchen away from home. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you have any advice or any tips, that'd be cool to learn. Keep me posted and I'll try that out myself and let you know what I think. Thank you.